the guy they didn't want her seeing was one of her first boyfriends that turned out to be her cousin.
Oh!
Yeah, man, that's some really good backstory you got there. But Tom, who are you?
Who is this tomboy? No, we'll see.
All right. So what should I say? Like my name, like what I do, all that.
Yeah, name, what you do, your hobbies. What's your criminal record? And if you have a social security, that'd be nice too.
Please provide it in the link down in the description below.
Well, if we're going to be talking about my criminal history, we're going to be here for a while. Okay, but yeah, I am Tom Ryan, and I am a voice actor / vocalist on YouTube. I know these two guys through Whale Out of Water, which is the current project I'm in right now. And that kind of like leads on to Ripstud.
Going straight to the only animal in this room, or I guess vocal.
Are you sure? You haven't got me in a room.
Yeah. So long story short, I'm Ripstud. I am one of the artists for the Whale Out of Water project with Lauren. I do a lot of background arts. I do a lot of I guess just a lot of scene arts. I've done quite many in the first chapter. Second chapter, I kind of slacked a bit. It's naughty me, bad,
Screwing it up, man. Screwing it up.
I'm screwing it up. Naughty. But I'm also into music making, and I do eventually want to start doing stuff vocally. I did just get a new microphone, so it's good quality.
Oh man, that was crystal clear. 10 out of 10 would listen again.
McDonald's Sprite level of crisp.
Yeah, and I do mainly I do a lot of fan art. So like you will see, either I make a lot of my own content, which is pretty rare, or I do fan arts. And Tyko, that goes to you, buddy. Speaking of fan art.
Well, so on Whale Out of Water, I voice Whale, of course. Got that deep, sultry voice. Other than the Whale Out of Water project, I'm kind of a jack of all trades and a master of none. I'm an artist. I do voice acting. I do music, and I'm also amateur game dev. So I do a little bit of everything. Am I good at them? Probably not, but I make do. So most of the time you can hear me voice acting random characters in backgrounds of indie shorts, or you'll see me drawing titties on Twitter. So that's pretty much my life.
Hell yeah.
Just straight to the point. The tip point, if you get my dreads, a wink. Oh wait, no one can see you winking.
Finger guns.
Yo! Slowly dying.
Oh man. So how you guys doing, by the way? Today's a great Sunday right now.
I'm pretty tired. I came from church. We had a lot of issues with the computers. Just the general gist of it.
Oh my god. I remember I just brought down like a bunch of PTSD when I had to listen to you beat the hell out of your computer. You're so pissed off at it. Oh my god. So like you were just like, okay, so I was sitting on the Discord call because I was bored. I was doing homework, and you popped in. We were chatting and all that, and then you like suddenly scream out of nowhere, like, wait, what the hell? Riffs, are you okay? It's like, yeah, man, I'm just taking care of my computer. It's like, are you sure? Are you sure you're not abusing it?
This is when I was making the PC. I remember now. Oh man, so. I recently built myself a pretty good PC. I recently installed 2 16 gigabytes of RAM sticks, and I lost my mind for the past 2 days. A lot of drama was going on around that time too, so like I was really in like a tough space. I was banging my desk, I was punching walls. I broke my fist instead of the wall, but what can you do about it? That's basically the gist of my life.
Oh my god.
But yeah, no, definitely screams are how we cope, as either music-wise or just voice acting. We have to scream. I mean, you guys can probably relate to that more than I can, but...
Victory screech!
It's really cathartic.
Really cut deep.
Man.
But I think music-wise, since we were back on the subject of music, like, I know I showed you guys an instrumental. Do you guys still have any ideas with that?
Shoot, what was it called again? The
November song, I think.
November, yeah. November's kind of already coming to a close. I'm not sure if that will actually work or not. Like we might be a little bit late to the game.
Nah, I mean, bro, we were close to missing out on Area 51 raid, but we were just in the nick of time.
Well, by the way, Area 51, go check it out on Tyko's channel. Shameless plug-in.
Yeah. If you want to hear a story about a guy and an alien trying to escape Area 51 with a nice twist ending, you should go check out my channel.
It's amazing. We have cat girls.
Yeah, there's cat girls. There's amazing art done by my homie Bulsky Dango. Go check him out. He does good art. He doesn't post a lot, but he's really awesome. You should really, do all this. We should also plug in Tom's channel. He does music. He's really awesome. Plug in Rip's channel. Rip does a lot of good stuff. You should check him out on Twitter. Speaking of Twitter, you should check out Tom's Twitter. It's pretty cool too. I would say check out my Twitter, but you probably already seen it.
Let's be real. Everybody came in from your channel or Twitter, both. Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh.
Shameless plug-in. What's that?
Hashtag shameless plug-in. Hell yeah. I need to make that into a shirt, man. That would be
a shirt.
That would be lit, man.
But I thought you did have it as a shirt.
Do I have it on my... I may have forgot. Legit. I haven't checked my store in a while.
Next thing you know, like 50 people bought like 50 different things.
I went in there and I bought like 10 different things.
Yeah, you did, and like you said, you're going to do something with that, but I've never seen like okay, what's the point with that, man? I actually really want to know.
Well, I did. So I had an idea.
Oh, I did. I'm sorry. Continue.
Okay, rude. Anyways,
it's going time. The Golden Bois are breaking up now.
I had an idea, and I recorded it, and I was in the middle of editing it, and when I was editing it, I was like, man, I really shouldn't have shot this at night because this looks like trash. So I was like, you know what? I'll just re-record it. Next time my roommate has a day off, we're just going to record it in the morning. And then I got put into evening shift, and I was like, well, shit. Yeah. So now I have a lot of free time, but a lot of that free time is stuck at work. So,
oh my goodness.
Where I work, nobody needs my help in the evening. So I'm basically sitting at work for like 4 hours out of the day, just kind of waiting to go home.
I gotcha. Yeah, for me, I wake up at 7, go to work at 8, work until 6:30, come home, shower, stay on my computer for an hour, and then like crash in my bed, and then wake up again and go back on the computer, and then crash. And then rinse and repeat. It's a
very what did you pin to our channel?
It's a true dream that everyone hates.
You mean your femme swap furry?
All right, listen. This furry may have a few incidences, but he knows how to have a good time.
Yeah.
I know. Okay, I'm not. I know. I don't know if you know how to have a good time. I know that your gender swap version knows how to have a good time.
No. All right, listen.
So.
All right. So basically, Tyko was asking for some people to do. What was it? What was the event?
Okay, so. It was October, and instead of doing Inktober, I was just going to do like a whole bunch of fan arts for people. Mm-hmm. So I was like, hey, if anyone, wants the fan art done, just drop a reference picture, blah, blah, blah. And Rip, he drops a couple, and one of them happens to be a female version. And I said, okay, are you saying you want me to do this? Are you saying it's okay? And he's like, just do what you want, man. And to me... that's someone saying, I dare you to do it. I'm challenging you to do it. And something you should know about me is you don't issue a challenge if you don't expect me to do it. So
No.
I did it. I drew a very busty, very curvy female Rip.
I mean, to be fair, she was already kind of busty and curvy
my
from the start. And to point out, I didn't even challenge anything. I just said, here's my art. Do what you want.
You challenged me by posting it.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, and then you dragged me in with it too.
Yeah, and Tyko also did Tom, which was just fine for a craftsman, you know? What does your girlfriend think of that, by the way?
She refused to comment on it.
Just
Actually,
so what do you think?
oh crap! I don't think I've ever shown her. Oh god, no, she's gonna find it.
Do it.
He just showed to her like her lawyers with her. He whispered something to her. Yeah, she pleads the fifth.
She'd show it to her and tell her or ask her, "Would you be in Lesbians with me?"
Would you do the girl things with me?
Okay.
I think we.
So I think I'll make this extremely clear. I did not ask for it to be done. Ripstud literally just dragged me in to do it.
Hey, I mean, listen.
I got okay. So no, I will not listen. Let me explain. So I'm looking at this. I'm like, oh, he made you into a real sexy bitch. And I look at this, and I'm just like laughing, and Ripstud says, yeah, Tyko's gonna do you too. I'm like, whoa, wait, what?
It's like, hell yeah, Tyko. Come on, let's see what you got.
And then I think Tyko went on and said, like, I'm gonna make you all both sin.
Yeah, we're so. I don't know if that's gonna happen anytime soon.
By doing this, I opened up a can of worms because after I did both of you, then Key comes in and is like, "Hey, do me." And I'm like, what the hell? Why are people asking for this now?
Because we are generally curious, and we want to know if we look hot as the other way around.
Well, I want to preface this with so Key, another person associated with Well Out of Water.
Yeah.
She said, and I quote, "I want you to draw me and make me want to suck my own dick." Those were her words, and I said, "Okay."
Basically, how it went.
And basically, I posted it and it said, "So you thirsty?"
Oh, gee.
And it turned out really well too. It actually looks really like if Key were to turn into a dude,
just turn into a straight up sexual deviant.
Just had like the whole e-boy thing going about him.
Yeah,
basically.
And it's like, Key, you're cool and all, but like I have a feeling if you were a guy, you'd be in e-thought, but like I guess the guy version.
E-boys.
Yeah, e-boy.
Tyko, like one thing, like about because when we were talking about the picture, I'm like, I'll go along with it. I'm kind of curious anyway. But like when I asked you, when you asked me what I wanted it to be like, I said, I don't know. I like my red hoodie a lot. I have a red hoodie that I always keep around. And I like to cook and bake. There, you can use that. Here's the thing, though. The question is, I want to know if Tyko is psychic. Because in the picture, by the way, you probably shouldn't go looking up if you're underage, by the way.
Have fun.
You probably shouldn't be listening to this if you're underage.
That's true, yeah. Very risque. Yeah, it has it's basically with me covered in cake, with no pants. Here's the thing though, I did not tell Tyko I was clumsy and I don't like to wear pants in real life.
Let's be real.
I despise pants. Pants are my bane of existence.
True.
I mean, let's be real here. Who likes to wear pants? That's a dude.
I don't.
Psychos.
Freaking
exactly.
It constricts your balls, man.
Exactly.
Like they gotta let things just roam free, man.
Be one with nature.
Be one with nature. You as a furry would know that.
And I mean, I'm just glad it was interesting to see like how well like you draw, because I looked at that and like I think the one thing that got me the most was the censored version. Just my face, they're just like, no, look away now. This is not for you.
Oh yeah, in my censored version, there was a freaking candle in front.
Oh, there's candles and goops of cake.
Of my thing,
Well-placed cake.
I legit thought that was the uncensored version where my person just decided to. It's like, whoops, I fell and I got cake all over me. I just so happened to land on a candle.
Whoopsie doodle. I got cake all over me.
What a accident.
I got cake all over me.
Oh dear Lord.
Such a clumsy girl.
I also remember you did some for some other voice actors, some very that voice cracked. Oh geez, those other voice actors.
You're old enough to be here, right?
They're on to me. I gotta run.
Oh yeah, there's like Miss Moonified, Lady Gem. There was a cat girl as well, right?
Yeah,
no, it was Miss Moonified, Gem, and Queenie.
Queenie, right.
Oh wait, and I just did one of hers, Miss Peachy.
Right. By the way, if you ever get a chance to talk with them on Twitter or stuff like that, they are wonderful people. Don't be afraid to talk to them. They are absolutely just a pleasure to talk to.
I've talked to Jim and Queenie before. They are just the nicest, most just professional, nice, courteous. I'm like, wow, this is so weird. I'm not used to this.
How professional are we talking?
No, okay. Like, shut up, Ripstud. I'm gonna go over there where you live and beat you to death. I swear.
Harder day. No, but genuinely though, they do seem like nice people.
They are wonderful people. I've worked with them on a recent project actually. If y'all have ever gone to my channel, by the way, shameless plug-in. I recently worked on a Ariana Grande cover of "Thank You Next," and for that, I worked on it with you guys too, if you remember it. We did an opening where it was kind of copying off the music video a little bit, having the theme of Seven Rings play in the background while people are sharing rumors about Tom Ryan and all the crazy things he's doing. Lady Gem voicing part of it. I think Star Leader also voicing it too. By the way, go check out her stuff. She's an amazing voice actor. Really love the girl. She's amazing.
Way better than us.
They were super professional about it, and they just like showed general excitement for the project. It was just such a pleasure to work with them.
Yeah, they seem like nice people,
Yeah. I've talked to Queenie or Amanda. Because I'm talking to her about getting some voice acting for a game project I'm working on and trying to work out a budget. And I saw her like working on another person's, and I was like, hey, if you have time, I was wanting to talk to you about it because I felt like hiring you to help with like voice acting casting, and boy, like we were able to get a call like a few days later, and she gave me just so much thorough, good information, gave me some tips about going forward, and it was just a delight to talk to. And it's really weird to have someone like so nice and so professional at the same time. It's so strange.
Mm-hmm. And like speaking of professional, I
like
actually got a chance. Actually, Tom actually knows. I actually speak with one of the animators and voice actors for a recent animation that came out, Has Been Hotel. Really? Very nice people, wait, sorry. Someone?
Sorry, but like now that I heard that, I actually want to go off on a little tangent. There are people that actually are complaining that Has Been Hotel is too offensive.
And
like, let's just let that sink in right now. Let's let that sink in.
Let me state this: they are in hell. Like,
yeah,
no,
exactly. Oh my gosh!
What?
Really? Like, you watched a show being well prompted that it's basically in hell. What did you think was gonna happen?
Oh, there's a bunch of transphobes in hell. There's a lot of racist people. They're in hell for a reason. Why do you think they're all like
where
that?
would you rather them be?
Yeah.
And besides that, like the show itself.
Well, that kind of reminds me about how when It Chapter 2 came out, and there were people going around, it's like, Pennywise isn't a trans, what is it, like hero or something, because, or no, not trans, it was a gay, like a gay hero, because he kills a gay guy at the very beginning. And I was like, he's a demon. He's a demon clown. I mean, what were you expecting?
Oh, hello?
Were you expecting the demon clown to be a good guy?
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. It's just so weird. It's so annoying too. It's just like, honestly, like, what did you expect? You know?
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, when you go into like these things, it's like, it's offensive, but I'm like, well, I mean, it wasn't supposed to be like nice.
just out of nowhere and like in the theater.
Like,
hey, he killed a gay guy. Like, okay, so.
Oh gee, we're in hell.
He also killed a bunch of kids.
Hail Satan.
It's like the biggest concern is like, oh, he killed a gay person. Yeah, well, those kids just died. Like, well,
Oh,
they were
gee
probably
whiz.
transphobic. Let the record show we don't. I'm probably the most religious person in this conversation, but I am open to whatever. I guess I could say I'm okay with whatever people do. You know, I may not support it, but if you want to live your life doing whatever, go for it. Just it's not my decision what you do. You know.
Right. And another thing about that, a lot of people are just like harping on a Vizzy-Pop and like oh my
Really?
goodness.
You know, the funny part is that's all old drama. Like that literally happened back in like 2010.
And it's stuff that she thoroughly apologized for and hasn't done anything like that since.
Right.
Yeah, like if you ever want to just have like a good deep dive on it, you should check out this guy called Daft Pina. He did a video about like Has Been Hotel and like Vizzy-Pop, and it starts off sounding like it's gonna be like a bad like critique, hating on it. But he talks about how like most of the drama is about stuff in the past and all that other stuff, and he actually gives good critiques about it. And it's overall just like a really nice kind of like insightful thing for people who like don't know what all this drama is about. And you can go into that and kind of figure out what it's about and realize, oh, this is about old shit that don't matter, so who cares?
Right. Yeah, I think that's how a lot of dramas start nowadays, like especially in this generation. Like it's always bringing up stuff that happened years ago, you know. Especially harmless stuff, like something that literally means nothing. It just comes out of nowhere, like, you did this back in 2011. Okay, well, you did this yesterday. How dare you judge me for what I did? I'm a changing person. Like, seriously? Like,
Exactly. And most of that stuff is like wasn't even her doing. It was just a bunch of people like commenting on it and misconstruing it.
Right.
As well.
One specific thing that she did, she drew fan art for two, like, I guess, political commentators or whatever. One of them was like very political or whatever. And I guess people were upset that's like, oh, you're supporting a Republican, Democrat, or whatever the situation was. I don't care about it, honestly, because it means nothing. It literally means nothing to the point where it's like you shouldn't even get upset about it, you know?
Right? Didn't you like as a Christian commission a guy he said he was an atheist and he wanted you to draw a picture with him with a shirt that says "Hail Satan."
Yeah, he's a Satanist. I don't know what his position is right now, but like
Yeah.
I still didn't agree with it. But hey, it's like
you didn't care. Like a commission is a commission. It's just business.
It's true, but at the same time, I'm not gonna get too deep into it. But religiously, it isn't right to do it. But hey, you know, that's all it is.
Business
Simply
is business.
harmless.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of see the same way. Like, when I do a commission, I see it as like that's what it is. It's business. I don't judge people what they want. If it's something that I just don't want to do, or I don't feel like I personally want to do it, I just say, hey man, I can't do it, or I give it a price that's like quadruple my standard. So it really entices them to not want me to do it.
Right.
So, unless they have the money, then I've never had that happen before, but I'm waiting on the day. Like, okay, all right, you guys want to hear like a real, this is kind of a disturbing commission story.
Let's hear it then. I'm just gonna grab some popcorn real fast.
So
I'm ready.
I mean, you guys are probably gonna cringe when you hear it because I was telling my friend about, he was actually there the whole time it was happening.
Boy,
and,
I've been on the internet for a while. Nothing has been really cringy.
Oh, just
that
wait.
Surprised
just
me.
wait. Okay, I'm not gonna name any names because I don't know if it was his real name, but anyways, so this guy, I'm streaming one day and this guy hits me up. He's like, "Hey, I really like your art." I'm like, "Hey, fam, that's really cool." And he's like, "Hey, do you have a Discord?" And I'm like, "Sure, whatever." So I put in Discord because I'm really open to people. So if you hit me up Twitter, Discord, I usually tend to respond back because I'm all about that. I'm more social online than I am in real life because real life sucks.
Same.
So I'm talking to him in Discord, and it's just like, "Oh, I'm working on a story, blah blah blah." I'm like, "Oh, that's cool." He's like, "Yeah, here's the script," and I read it. I was like, "Hey, that seems pretty neat, that's pretty cool outline and everything." And then he's like, "So here's where the red flag should have came up." He's telling me the story, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm thinking about working on a webcomic." I was like, "That's cool, man." Yeah, and I was like using that script. It was kind of like a Mass Effect-y kind of like story. And I was like, "Okay, cool."
Right.
And he's like, "Hey, you wanna be the artist for it? And I'll do the writing. It'll be like 50-50. And I'm like, "Okay, hold up. That is not 50-50. Because doing the art and someone doing the writing, that's more like 75-25. The writing is important, but if it's a webcomic, the art is going to be the majority of it. So don't start with that 50-50 crap."
Exactly.
And I was like, "Dude, I don't have time. I don't have time to be doing that." And he's like, "Oh, okay. Oh, can I do a commission?" I was like, "Sure. It's going to be not safe for work though." I'm like, "Yeah, that's cool, man." It's like, "Okay, so I was wondering if you could draw like the main character of this comic and her sidekick, who happens to be a little boy."
Oh no.
And he wanted them to be doing it. And I was like,
Well.
"Yeah." I was like, "Yeah, no, I really don't feel comfortable doing that." And he's like, "Oh, okay, that's fine." I was like, "You do you, man, but that's not my thing." He's like, "Okay." Okay. Then he's like, "Oh, I got a different idea." I was like, "Okay, shoot, what's your idea?" Now this is the part that made me cringe. Because you hear that first part and you hear my reaction. That was pretty much the same reaction I had.
Yeah.
And he comes at me with something even worse.
Really?
And thinking that one's okay. The first one's not okay, but this one has to be okay. And he says, "So I'm working on a story, and I want you to do this scene where it's a young boy."
Oh my god.
And
He's
his
still
grandfather.
trying it. He's still trying.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's a young boy and his grandfather, and they do it. But then, the young boy is actually a young trans boy.
No.
Okay then.
And I was like,
No.
"You're fucking with me, right? You have to be fucking with me." And then for some reason he went on this tirade about how he hates black people, and I was like, "Okay, I'm done."
Whoa. Wait, hold up. Repeat that.
I was like,
Repeat that.
I was like, man, Indonesia's weird.
He hates who?
Just out of nowhere.
Yeah, because see, he was
Bye.
talking about that, and I'm like, so it goes like, "Okay, I'm not really comfortable with doing that either." And he's all like, "Yeah, I was going to commission this other guy, but he wouldn't do it, probably because he was
wonder
black
why.
and he was being lazy." And I was
Oh
like,
my god! What?
I was like, "What the fuck is happening right now?"
Gosh! No!
Okay, no.
I was like, God. I was like, what the hell's happening right now? Is this real?
Is this
This
reality?
can't be real.
But yeah, after that, I kind of just like blocked him, and then he tried to like hit me up on Picardo was where I was streaming at the time, and he was just like, "Oh man, did you delete me on Discord?" And I was like, "Yeah, man, I can't deal with that crap, dude." It's like, You know, I'm doing. If you want to just talk normally, that's fine. But all that stuff, that's the line, man. I can't do it. So he's sorry, but I'm gonna have to stop. You know, and he's just like, oh, and then I never heard from him again.
Probably would have messaged like,
God.
Probably because you're black, I bet. That's
well, see, that's another thing. So I was streaming one day, and like I had my music playing, which my playlist is a mix mash of different stuff. Yeah. I don't have just one thing. Like sometimes I'll have like some, you know, Japanese songs, and then I'll have some moody jazz or some hardcore gangster rap. Right. So he came in one day, and I was listening to some Tech Nine, and he was like, "Oh man, you listen to a lot of rap." I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Are you black?" And I was like, I take a look at my icon, and I'm like, "Yep."
Oh my god!
I just pose as a white guy online. You got me.
Calling the chief of investigation. We got him.
Just straight up white facing out here.
Oh god, that's probably the most stupidest.
Oh god, I've dated a girl exactly like that before. Luckily enough, that only lasted for like 2 dates at best. It was back in high school, and oh god, I think man, this actually almost turned into the Tinder story I'm actually working on. If y'all haven't heard, I'm currently working on a animated story time of the time I used Tinder, but I almost went with this one first because people actually want to know about this, but I thought it gets extreme, so no. No. But we were talking one time in the hallway, and she's like, "Oh, you know, I think you're really cool. You know what?" And because like we're talking about like she just broke up with her boyfriend, and me being the young pubescent, well impressionable young man that I am, perks my interest a little bit because I actually did like this girl a little bit too. Very pretty, very long hair. She seemed to be vibing with me all that time, and so I thought she was like really cool, you know. I later texted her on Facebook because it was like way back then. Oh my god, this is before Twitter got its update and like had like all new look. I texted her and I start off with "yo" because it's just like, oh, okay, it's super casual, super fun. I play out my text if you haven't noticed.
You got when you're texting, you got to plan. It's like 4D chess. You got to plan like 5 steps ahead.
You gotta make sure it all works out well.
Exactly. And her first response was, "What are you, black?" Like,
oh my gosh.
I mean,
no replied like
question.
Yes.
Yeah. Just to screw with her.
Yes. I am. I'm a transracial man. I was born a black man. It's like a white person's body.
Oh, dude, that's like that. I've seen people like that. That's like that whatever, that Roselle person who's just like, so obviously she was like born white and she's like, nah, I'm black. I'm like, what?
I'm black. By the way, we're not racist.
Oh god. And like again, young impressionable guy right here didn't notice that red flag because like, know what? I'm going on a date. I'm not ruining this.
I'm not ruining the moment.
I'm not ruining the moment. Whatever.
Not realizing she already did.
Yeah, right. Oh my god. And so we continue talking. We have some fun, and eventually, I need help going. I'm putting up some posters for a concert. It's my first concert, actually. A really exciting time in my life, and she's walking with me. And while we're walking down through downtown Annapolis, which is where I used to live, very pretty city. If y'all haven't ever been there, you really need to check it out. It's so beautiful. We're walking down, and we see a interracial couple walk by. It's it was a white guy and a black girl, and she leans and whispers to me and says, "Can you really not do better?"
Oh my gosh!
Whoa!
Holy shit!
My mind was like, "Whoa, that's not cool." But my face was just like blank as hell with no emotion because I kind of just ignored it for a second because thinking like, oh, she probably wasn't talking about them. She was talking about someone else.
She was talking about our relationship.
She was talking about our relationship. I could.
Please let it be about us. Jesus.
And she continues on, and I was like, oh, really? It's not. I never really noticed. And she says, he's just hooking up with her because his girlfriend broke up with him, right? I'm like, do you know the people? No, but I know the type. I'm like, well.
Nice to know.
Well, this has been fun.
Time for you to leave.
Surprisingly, this is not. That wasn't the straw that broke the camel's back. Again, I don't know what to tell you. I was a desperate man. I was in high school. I didn't look good. Puberty hasn't really hit me yet. I was just
We've noticed. Straight
up going through the motions. But what did break the camel's back though was she's like out of nowhere started talking about man, you know what? I think white people shouldn't be marrying black people. They can date them, but I don't think they should be marrying them. I'm like, oh, why is that? It's like where it starts to start sinking a little bit. I'm like, oh, she might be racist.
She might be.
She might be.
I don't think "might" is the word you want to use.
I was desperate, Ripstud. Okay,
surrounded by red flags. She might be a racist.
Nice to know she has like a card just dedicated to the KKK. Yeah, so we're going to this meeting, baby. You want to come? Pulls it out. Oh,
she's wearing a Trump hat.
Oh, yeah. No, it's like, oh, we're gonna go to a meeting. Here, you gotta wear this though. Oh,
like,
you all dressed up as ghosts.
Oh, she's just doing this for a Halloween party. Let's go. Get some free three musketeers.
So, honey, when you said Grand Wizard, I thought we were like LARPing or something.
Yeah, I thought we were playing D&D.
We were playing D&D. Killing people. Oh.
Thought we were going to a Lord of the Rings marathon.
I mean, it could still be that if you want, babe. Gosh, how do people think like that?
Instead of one ring, it's one race.
Gandalf and get off.
Racist is bad.
How do people think in that kind of scenario? Like, where in your mind do you think like that's okay?
I think it's just kind of like where they're raised, to be honest.
Yeah,
like their environment that they've been raised around.
I mean, I guess, but still, it's like it's such a big big step just to go from like being nice and all of a sudden you find out they're like this kind of person. Like, no, thank you.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's a lot to do with like your environment because I lived in the Midwest, Bible Belt area, and that type of thinking is like really predominant. Back when I lived in Oklahoma, I saw that like all the time, and it wasn't just like white people either. Like there's a lot of like Native and like Mexican like population there, right. And anytime they would see a minority to them, which that would be like anyone who's like Asian or African or black, they would anytime they see them, they'd all do the same thing. They'd all kind of like scoff at them. So it's just kind of like based on the environment, because it's also weird because I've also witnessed the reverse. So back when I lived in Oklahoma, I dated this one girl. She was a mix of Mexican and Native. So I went over to her house one time, and her dad is Mexican and her mom is Native. And, went over there, and they're just all nice and stuff, but, like, dad kept staring at me. And I was just like, why is this guy, like, fucking me with his eyes right now? This is weird.
Tyko, I hate to break it. I don't think he was looking at you racistly. I think he wanted you sexually.
Yeah, I was about to say, Tyko, it might be a surprise to you, but you are a very attractive man.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's just waiting to get me in a room and be like, oh niño. But so like I dated that girl for a while, and so like there was at one point I want to say we dated for like about 2 years, and around one of those years we went to her mom's for Thanksgiving and her dad's for Christmas, and both times I went there I was the only Caucasian. Everyone else, like their partners, they were like if it was the dad's family, they were all Mexican. If it was the moms, they were all like Cherokee. And so I was the odd one out. And we'd go there, do a thing like yeah, but everyone stares at me. I'm like, why is everyone staring at me? And then I realized I'm like, I'm the token white boy. I'm like, is she dating me just so it pisses off everyone else?
Starts groping in front of the family. Yeah, so he's Caucasian, not like how we are. It's like, hey, what are you doing?
Yeah, I was just like, what the fuck's happening right now?
He is as they say, American Caucasian.
When you said Caucasian, I thought you meant Oriental, not white.
We love each other very much. God.
Yeah, I don't know, but that actually,
Dad.
It's not.
Speaking of phases, the same girl, and this is another kind of out there story, so I hope you guys are ready because this is a really fucked up ending.
Oh boy.
So, dating this girl, we dated for like 2 years or so,
Right.
and it was. I would say it's kind of like on and off, around like near the end because it was just like we weren't communicating as much, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. So that's when I got hit with a bombshell. So it was around like we took like a big break. We took like a 3-4 month break,
right?
Because it's just we weren't happy and we're like, oh, maybe we should just take a break. I just wanted to be single for a while. I didn't really want to do anything. Just wanted to have free time again. So. And then, near the end, she's like, oh, I want to come get back together. I'm like, oh, okay. So we're back together for like a week. And then she hits me with the news saying, I think I'm pregnant. I'm like, oh. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm like, oh. And she's like, I want to tell my parents it's yours. And I'm like,
why would you
it's
do
not
that?
mine. It's not mine. You know that for a fact. Don't even do that. Well, the funny thing is she already told them that it was.
Oh, no.
So, and I was like, no, don't fucking lie. You got to tell them the truth and all this stuff. She's like, oh, but, the other guy, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, you tell the truth. You made your bed. You're going to have to sleep in it. And then her mom calls me back saying, oh, I'm so sorry my daughter did that. I'm like, it's not your fault, blah, blah. So, then I get hit with, the details. So, apparently the whole time we were dating, it was just a front so she could hook up with another guy that her parents didn't want them hanging out. I was like, man, that sucks. Then I heard the details. And the details made me just cringe. The guy they didn't want her seeing was one of her first boyfriends that turned out to be her cousin.
Oh!
Wait, back up there. What?
Well, if I could learn how to play Sweet Home Alabama on my guitar, now would be the time.
Dude. Oh my gosh, what the freak?
So that was the whole reason they didn't want him hanging out. But, she was just like, oh, but I love him. And I was just like, so I was just like a cover up the whole time. I was like, what the hell?
Good Lord.
But I love him, Daddy.
Well, and it's funny because this is the girl who's the Mexican native. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't the Sweet Home Alabama and it being in Oklahoma, it doesn't hit those stereotypes very well.
Oh my
but
gosh. It's just
yeah, so
yeah,
that was a fun experience, and at that point I was just like, I am not dating anyone in Oklahoma again. This place sucks.
All right, so if y'all don't know now, this is 18 and up. We're getting really into this.
All right, I don't have any stories as close to those ones, but I do remember a time. I'm an innocent boy, but I remember a time when I was in high school. I had to take a 7th-hour class because I am small brain. I almost failed high school, but so me and this chick, she was, I'm being honest, she was thick. All right, she was quite a good-looking girl.
Like you had to add a couple more C's.
Yeah,
right.
Heavy there.
Not 2 C's, we were 3 C's.
Exactly. And we were walking down the hallway. The school's completely empty. It's just a few classes and a few clubs. And we're walking down, and I'm just like, okay, I gotta get going. I'm gonna be late. I'm out of my mom to be a little bit like, why aren't you here? Why aren't you home? And just like we were joking. We were just like, oh, I'm making out with some chick, you know, and we were both laughing, just laughing out. And she just looks at me dead in the eyes and said, "Do you want to do it?" I'm like, oh, wait a minute,
That works.
Whoa.
It just, and you know the worst part was she was already in a relationship.
Oh.
So
She extra dirty.
yes, I was
She extra. She failed.
very close. So I was very close to either ruining a relationship or dying by my parents and from some dude that I didn't know. So I was just like, you know, I do have to go home. I do have stuff to do. I don't want to. And the worst part was when I did get home later that night, she texted me, "Hey, are you okay? I hope I didn't weird you out." I'm like, what do you mean? Obviously,
Weirded
weirded
out. No.
Weirded out? No, I'm just disgusted.
No, I'm fine. You know, still, it was just like, wow, I almost did something bad there. But it was definitely something I never would have expected to happen.
Oh man. Wow.
Oh.
Have y'all ever gotten cheated on?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Oh really?
In a video game.
Yeah, pretty much. I want to say 9 out of 10 relationships, they ended up cheating on me. That's why I don't date in Oklahoma anymore.
You don't date Alabama. You don't date Oklahoma. What next? Kansas?
Probably.
Kansas ain't that bad actually.
I don't know what Kansas is.
I don't know, because I'm currently in Arkansas, which, you know, that with the memes aside, I still haven't even worked on it here. But like, I'm so traumatized by the girls I dated in Oklahoma. I'm just like, eh.
Dude, just come to Michigan. You know, there's pretty decent girls here.
Well, so you know what's funny is I was talking, old friend. I mean, I don't talk to him anymore, but he was Filipino, and at one point he went back to the Philippines for a while, and he got a girl, and he's talking about, yeah, girls over here, they're like really nice. They just want to, you know, make your man feel. They just want to make their man feel good and all that other stuff. Not like, you know, oh, me love you long time. More like, you know, oh, you know, wait on them. You know, make, you know, cook for them, stuff like that.
Right.
And he's like, yeah, we should get you a. Yeah, well, I'll hook you up with a Filipino girl, man. They're really nice. And I'm just like, okay, so here's the thing. That sounds nice and all. I can't do nice, though.
Yeah,
my personality does not mix with nice. That seems like they are really wholesome, and I'm just not the type of person for that.
You don't want to break
I like
them.
I like me some wholesome, but if they are like pure, they probably can't. They wouldn't be able to stand me.
It's just like you want to hurt. It's like, no, don't hurt me. Like, no, I didn't mean it like that.
You know, I can totally do nice because, like, all in all, I consider myself like a pretty like wholesome kind of guy. I like to make wholesome content. I can get dark sometimes with my jokes.
Oh, dude, anybody can get dark. You just
It's
gotta
like
know-
it's like not even like a beat like
anyone can get dark. You just got to find that breaking point, you know?
right. And
Yeah.
the thing is,
at what point is like dark jokes too dark for somebody?
I would
Like how
absolutely.
you'd be like, I'm gonna hit you, and then you pull out a dead baby joke and then you run away.
the occasional
"I'ma hit-"
the occasional dead baby joke.
It's like, I'm going to hit you. You know what you can't hit anymore because you can't feel pain? A dead baby. No, what? What? No.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, you just gotta strive for that relationship where you're gonna be like, haha, fuck you, haha, and then, you know, when you hear the lines like, hey, fuck you.
I absolutely
my
can't
gosh.
handle like a girl doing everything like around the house. Like most because like not even because respect women or anything like that. Women. Like nothing like that. It's just because like I'm really independent. I love my independence. I love to do things myself. Whether it be cooking, cleaning, or doing work. I love to do things myself. Now, if someone wanted to help out with any of that stuff, like, yeah, cool, sure, but I'd rather not be weighted on like head and heel. Like is that how it goes?
Hand and foot.
Hand and foot. Yeah, hand and foot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, I'm really OCD with stuff, so I have to do stuff certain ways. So I'm thinking like, oh man, if she does it, she's probably gonna do it wrong because she's not doing it the way I want to do it.
Right.
See, that's like I have like a mini aneurysm because like I have a roommate now, and like in the kitchen he'll do stuff in the kitchen, and then I'll come down and I'll look at it and I'll be like,
how dare you? You have committed crimes upon my town.
Yeah.
Stop! You violated the law.
Stop! You violated the law.
Yeah. For me, my type of girl that I would love to see is like I like shy girls. That's the thing about me. I like the shy, quiet girls, but I like it when they're like, oh man, I'm just gonna go straight up and say I like it when they're like rough too. You know?
Oh, like a switch.
Yeah, you know, like they're calm, you know, kind of shy and quiet, but like still very cute. Like when we're with people, but when we're together, like I like the other kind of personality. You know, nothing too much, nothing too little, but just right there.
Right.
So you know, I guess I could be kind of picky, and it's just like my parents are trying to find me a girl at my church. I'm just like, none of them are good. They're either big mouths, they're two-faced, they're idiots. Like, oh my god. My dad brings up a specific girl. My mom's like, if you marry her, I swear to you, I will beat you until you die.
As opposed to like till I don't die.
Yes, both.
I don't know. I mean, that booty looks kind of good. I think I'd rather die for that.
Yeah, but no, none of the girls. I used to like a few girls from my church, but it's just like, nah, I kind of see the personality.
I tried to date girls in my church. It didn't turn out that well, mostly because like I was kind of born a little bit more nitty gritty than some of these like because some of these girls I understand like where there's like a line. Like some of them can cross, and I respect that.
Nope.
But there is some stuff like where it seems kind of like it might be a bit.
I thought, Tom.
And like I think like anyone can be able to like just like say like you know what, I don't think this relationship will work. We're not kind of like connecting on similar things, like not even like sexual stuff, but just like pop culture or like I don't like or like music in general, like. People don't like music just because it seems like immoral or like just like it's too dirty. I mean, have you ever heard of like some of these nursery rhymes? Like no. I'm serious, dude. Like Humpty Dumpty, dude. Oh no. That song was about a murder. Humpty Dumpty. Freaking maybe like a suicide. Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall.
No, it's Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty wanted to end it all.
Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. Humpty Dumpty killed them all. It's even more brutally dark.
Yeah, I see. Back when I went to church, I did the whole thing where it was just. You know, I see girls up there and I'd talk to them, but I'd instantly know, like, yeah, this won't work.
Right. Like you get that sinking feeling.
Because it's probably just the churches I went to. I remember I went to there was one church I really liked, but, you know, when I moved, I stopped going to it. But there was, like, everyone before that, it was more like the people in general. But it would always be the people going there just to say they went so they can say they're better than you.
Yeah. Right.
Like the real snooty people.
Right.
Or the people that were actually too pure for this world. And I'm like, I'm going to have to stay away. I'm not corrupting this one innocent person.
Yeah. It'd be like that a lot of times. I hate those people that just, they act so much better than I was like, oh, I can do this. I'm so much better. Suck off.
Suck off.
Jog off.
That's a new one. Suck off.
Like it's so annoying. Like
suck off all of it.
It's like every drop you can consume and just take it.
Hey, Tyko.
Yeah.
Suck you.
Oh. No. Suck me. Suck you.
Oh.
Oh my lord. Is that gonna become my new catchphrase? Suck you.
yes. You officially just freaking you nailed your coffin, slaying.
Don't worry
Suck
about
off,
it, all right?
Ripstud 2019.
Just put in freaking hyphen quotes.
Ripstud for 2020. Suck off.
Make that crap fancy.
Oh my god.
Oh gosh, like Tyko, you I think I've got a lot better off than you have because you said you were cheating on constantly, right?
Oh yeah, all the time.
I remember there was I think there was only 2 times, and the second time didn't exactly count, but it was kind of like really dirty, like nah, you're doing me dirty, man. Nah, why are you doing that? Mm-hmm. First one was actually a girlfriend. Not gonna say names because I've officially kind of separated myself. Like, nope, no more. I don't want to hear about you. I've removed all your friends. I don't want to hear nothing about you. And just kind of moved on. We were dating, and we were having a good time. But then it just kind of seemed like, wow, she's getting kind of distant. And we've kind of been like an on and off kind of thing, where she kind of, it was like over the stupidest stuff, man. Just constantly breaking up and off again. And one day she kind of cut things off immediately. I'm thinking, and at the time I consider it as kind of respectful, because I just said, well, you know what, you make that decision, that's all on you, it's all good, I understand. And that just kind of made things awkward because she kept on staring at me while we were in school, and not like a stare, but just kind of like a I want to slit your throat kind of stare.
Oh.
I'm just like, whoa, what are you doing?
Where's this coming from?
I don't know, man. I legit don't know. But eventually she kind of I think it kind of word kind of spread around a little bit that she was doing that. So she kind of walked up to me and said oh man, I think you might have noticed I've been doing that. I'm sorry, that's not cool. I was like, oh, you were doing that? Oh, I didn't notice. Obviously lying. But if you're doing that, it's all cool. I get you. And things stopped there. Next day, she does the same thing again.
Dang.
I just don't know. I don't get it. It's crazy. And there was then when I finally got the courage, you know what? I'm going to pick myself up and go ask someone out because, you know what? It's high school. I'm young. Might as well. So I talked to this girl for a while, and I asked her out. She says, "Let me talk to let me think about it," which is girl code for let me go talk to my friends so I can dig up any skeletons you have in your closet. And she comes back to me and she says, yeah, you know, I'll go on a date with you. I'm like, cool, let's go. And so we go on a couple of dates. It was great. It was lovely. It was wonderful. Loved her. Man, she was honestly one of the best girls I've ever went out with. By the way, she had that Merida hair going on, so for all you don't know, I had a major crush on Merida from Brave when I was younger. So there's that. She then told me later, you know what? All my friends said that you were a pretty good guy, except for one person. Guess who that person was?
Oh boy.
It was the ex.
Ooh.
Well, of course.
She's went off on the whole tangent, saying all these nasty things about me. I'm like, well, and it's the first thing that just comes to my mind is wow, someone has a lot of free time on their hands. And so we ignore that. Later on, I'm not with a girl anymore. Kind of work things out on their own. Later on, I'm still friends with one of my ex's friends because we've been friends together in high school since freshman year. She calls me up one night because she was drunk as hell. And
of course,
she was a truth-telling drunk, by the way. I'm just going to lay that right there. She was a very truth-telling drunk. She described some very interesting things. She said that the only reason why my ex broke up with me is because she wanted to date another guy. And before she went out with the other guy, she made out with him on the bus constantly. But behind my back. Which, it led me to do something that I'm not very proud of saying. I got mad. I got really mad. And I shouldn't even been mad because, like, that was in the past. This is now. I'm not with her anymore. I'm fine. But it just made me mad. Like, I feel betrayed. Like, I feel hurt. And so I DM'd her saying, like, did this happen? And obviously she denied it. And she went off and I said, well, it was blank to blank to blank who told me. Again, I'm not going to reveal any names. And she went off on a whole tangent, like saying, like, yeah, I did that. So what? And like then I got me mad. It's like, well, you're and which ended like me blocking her. And again, I'm not proud of that because it kind of just leaves a whole bitter taste in your mouth, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Which just kind of like, wow, that could have ended a whole lot better.
That's true. Yeah, drama is definitely something that really gets me off. You know, I hate it. I really just recently, I came off of a big drama incident with. Actually, you know about this, Tom. There was an incident that happened on Amino. I don't know how many of you guys do know about it, but it's a community-based app where you can chat with people, basically interact with other people within a community. And there was an incident that happened. I'm currently one of the leaders of the Zoophobia Amino, another thing that Vivzipop is a creator of. And there was something that happened. I'm not going to bring up names. If this person's watching this, I don't care, honestly. There was an incident that happened. Apparently someone was stalking one of the members. And I guess the staff... And here's the thing, though. Not many of the staff were informed about this because the leader that the person spoke to, they didn't really see much of an issue considering they didn't do anything wrong. They weren't harassing the staff. They weren't harassing the people. They weren't doing anything wrong. They were just basically in the community.
Yeah, right.
And then apparently, I guess like something started going off in a public chat, and then the leaders, or not the leaders, the other curators messaged me because I'm barely on the community as it is. You know, I'm working constantly. I don't have time to be on there anymore as I used to. So I guess we told the guy to back off, and then he came back, I guess. So I was just like, all right, you know what? I guess no one's doing anything. I'll step in and I'll talk to this guy. So I spoke with him. Turns out this guy was a leader for an amino that one of the people that had the issue with the whole drama, I won't bring names again, they were telling us that the person on the amino that we ran was basically spreading rumors, spreading lies, and I had the snapshots to prove it. So if anyone knows of the situation I'm talking about and you don't know what I'm talking about and saying I need proof, I have screenshots of the messages that he sent me from the other leaders, from the conversations she's been having from what happened, you know. And basically it was, and her friends also, point you, were going to their amino bashing the leaders for a rule, because this person's an artist. I want to start off by saying that she's an artist, very talented. However, she gets a lot of criticism that she's tracing, and you know, and I guess one of their rules over there is no art style theft, which again I heavily disagree on, because there's no such thing as that. You can't really steal someone else's style because it's a style, you know. It's not legitimately your own art piece. But anyways, I explained that to them, and I was just like, you know, I don't really think that there should be a legitimate rule. Either you change it up a little bit or just get rid of it at all. We were speaking with them, you know, and I was having the whole conversation with them this entire time, and her friends started coming at us just like, what are you guys doing? Are you doing anything about this? Like, you better do something. We told him there was nothing we could do because, for one, he didn't break any rules. The only thing he's doing is ghosting a few members, which, again, is creepy. And I told him, listen, back away from these guys. If there's an issue, come with us. Please don't harass our members. Which, again, is also kind of our fault because we weren't informed about this, and we weren't, technically speaking, aware of the situation. No one told us about this, and I wasn't directly informed about this. So whatever your opinion may be, whoever's listening to this from that situation, I wasn't informed about it. So I don't know what's been going on. Like I said, I jump in once in a while to see if I can catch on, but I'm constantly working. I don't have time to go on the amino anymore, and I do feel bad about it. But anyways, They left. They were just disrespectful. They weren't negotiating. They weren't like communicating with us. And I was speaking to one of the persons that was basically causing all this. She blocked me on Twitter, Instagram, Amino, I think YouTube. I don't know. I wanted to message her, be like, listen, can we talk about this? This is ridiculous. And basically she said we were basically kicking her and her friends out because for whatever reason, I don't know. I guess just because I honestly don't know, you know.
Wow.
But she was causing drama. She was causing issues. And the funny part is, once she left, a lot of the issues went away. Like, that's the funny part. A lot of the issues went away for some reason. I'm not saying it's her fault. But the thing is like, she just caused so much drama. And she's basically saying, we didn't start anything. I have screenshots with the guy I was speaking to, a leader, who was telling me they didn't kick her because she was stealing art. They kicked her because she was being disrespectful. She wasn't speaking with the staff with proper respect, and apparently he told me they took down her post, but she reposted them because she claimed they were accusing her of art style theft. Which, again, the rule is very hectic, and I don't want to get into much detail about it, but it's so ridiculous to the point that she's getting mad at us. They left, by the way. They chose to leave. I didn't make the call to ban them.
Right.
I guess the other leaders did. And just basically, this went on for over a month. I was on vacation, and this went on for a month. It messed with me mentally. I literally couldn't stop thinking about it. You know. Luckily, it's, I guess, all over. And I just recently found out that she said something again about the amino, and I'm honestly just upset about it. It's just like, dude, just first off, it's your own fault for this whole thing starting up. Because she didn't talk to any of the other staffs, just one person. If she came to me, like, I've had her back for a lot of this stuff, and if she came to me, I probably would have figured this out and just ended right then and there. I'd say, okay, you stay away from him, you stay away from her. Problem solved. But no, she only went to one person. And, I mean, I guess, again, it's kind of my fault I wasn't there during the time, but I wasn't informed about this, so I wouldn't, technically speaking, know. But it's whatever, you know?
Right.
And that's the main reason I kind of want to leave Amino. Like, it's not official, but I'm thinking of actually leaving my position as the leader and just getting away from that community. Like, Amino itself is just, it's too much, you know? When I was there, I was having fun, but then it became so toxic. It's just to the point where I can't handle it anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so, like, going back a little bit, you were saying, like, they weren't, like, tracing, they just said they were stealing her style?
So, the leaders stated they have a rule about art style theft, where basically, if your art style is very similar to a specific creator's content, they will ask you to remove it, for whatever reason.
Oh, okay. I wanted to make sure it wasn't, like, just tracing.
No. I've seen them live stream. Like, again, if they are listening to this right now, I want you to know they're very talented. They're very good artists. I've seen them live stream, and I've actually had their back because I have had many people coming to another amino that I run, trying to claim them, and basically being like, yeah, I've spoken with this person. Nice try. Ban them. And I've had their back, so I know they're very good artists. It's just they need to learn to communicate and be a little bit more understanding, given the situation that we as leaders are trying to run, you know? It's not an easy position.
Tyko, you've been super quiet, man.
Well, I'm listening.
Right.
Like, I don't know. I'm really enthralled with this story. I don't, honestly, just like, it sounds like just a shithole, to be honest. If that's like one of the main things, just like all that toxicity, I probably would have left already.
That's what that's what the internet is, man.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Yeah, well, and it's like, I don't know, like, especially with you saying, like, being the lead of that, I probably would have stepped down, just be like, this is dumb. Like, there's some legitimate stuff to like argue about. Like, I mean, if it was like tracing, then I'd be like, okay, yeah, I get it, because tracing and then passing it off as your own, that's kind of messed up. Yeah, right. I would agree with like any kind of outrage there. But saying that you're stealing someone's style, I mean, styles just differentiate for other people. Right. You could have someone with one style and you can trace it back to something else that's very similar. It's like similar. I don't know. That's just kind of like blows my mind, saying you stole someone's style.
Right. And the funny thing is, the art style she is using, it's not even related to Viv's old. It's her old art style. So if you were to look at her new style and her old art style, you would see it's more closer to her older art style than her newer one. It's nowhere near to her newer one. Like, it's so upsetting that people are bashing on her for this, but it's upsetting to see that she comes to us. She is saying stuff about us that we didn't do our jobs. We weren't doing properly what we were supposed to, and we banned them for no reason. There's a reason we banned you. It was not being respectful, being just non-negotiable, and just straight up starting up this whole thing that shouldn't have been. You could talk to your friends about this whole situation. You could tell them, listen, just leave them alone. Whatever happened, it happened, Like, there's no need to stir up a whole drama. We're doing our best. There's not much we can do unless you speak with us.
Yeah.
So, it's just become a massive downhill incident. But it's whatever, it's over. I'm probably gonna leave soon, whatever it may be.
Dang, man.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's kind of like what Tom was saying. It's just, the internet is just full of toxicity. You just gotta learn to ignore it. To be honest, just a lot of it is just people being toxic for no reason whatsoever. So it's, instead of like just sitting there, just be like, whatever.
Right.
You do your thing. Not gonna bother me.
Like, right. Man, I legitly go on a monthly Twitter unfollow spree, just because, like, what, I noticed that like your profile is kind of like getting a little bit toxic for my taste. I'm just going to unfollow. I don't even block them. I just unfollow them so I don't have to see their stuff on my feed anymore.
Right.
Yeah. Like, I had to do that for a few people because it was getting to the point where a lot of their stuff was just the same thing over and over again. It's kind of like they were posting the same thing, just rewording it, just trying to get people to get likes from it. And I'm sitting there, it's like, why are you doing this? Like, right. I think one of the worst ones was, it's like the shipping community, like this. Oh. Those shipping communities, they get pretty rough sometimes. They do. I don't really care. Like, when it comes down to like the weird like shipping stuff, I don't care. You do what you want. It's fiction. I don't care. Right. When you start doing real people, that's when it gets weird. But like specifically, like one of the things I follow, one of the things I follow really like closely is like Ruby. Like, I like Ruby.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Like. And one of the things is like, man, the shipping community in there is really, really just bitter.
Is it really?
And there's this one person I was following. They were basically just saying like, oh, this is canon. People need to stop arguing about it. It's canon. Blah, blah, blah. And just starting arguments. And then, like, even when there wasn't an argument, they would just post it's like, yeah, you just mad. It was like, I get on here and people are just mad because this thing's canon. I was like, dude, why are you doing this? There's no point to this conversation. It's like you're going on this massive defense for something that doesn't matter, or nothing's happening and you decide to like kick a hornet's nest for the people who do care.
Right.
Whereas like you see other people like me, I get on Twitter and then I see this person post like 8 different things in a row talking about it. I'm like, dude, do something else.
Right, exactly.
It's like, it's just a show.
Right.
Come on.
It's nothing.
I find like different K-pop Twitter accounts like all the time, and they're just like, it's just like they comment like this about like 8 times like you, man, and it's just like what about this? Like, I understand if you like it so much, but like some of it's just unnecessary. Like, they'll comment stuff and just add a random dancing K-pop member that they like to like the GIF to the comment. Like the comment doesn't even match like what they're saying or like what they're showing, but they'll just add it on there.
Oh man.
It's just
Twitter's a fun place.
it is. It's
Like-
such a
Like,
That's like in order to ignore like especially like when the like politics stuff start going around. I actually changed my location to Japan so I could ignore a lot of that.
right.
really.
So it's like I don't see anything that's like U.S. related unless it's someone I follow that reposts stuff, and I don't always, but if they do it a lot, then I kind of unfollow them because I'm like, I don't want to see that crap. I mean, I don't care.
I actually.
It's like I'm on Twitter because I want to ignore that crap.
Right. I actually do follow Donald Trump, but I follow him for the memes.
Oh yeah.
like oh my god, that man could have like anything he could say on Twitter be turned into a meme, and it's just a meme gold mine.
It's hectic. It's such a hectic thing.
Oh boy. Oh man.
Yeah, I recently followed Kanye West, and dude, that guy is, that dude hit freaking hard to change his whole life like that, you know?
Just switching everything up. His account before that though was really interesting to me because it was just full of a bunch of inspirational quotes and like all that. It was exactly like a white girl's Facebook.
Oh my god.
It's just full of, like the only thing that he's missing is just a bunch of selfies because Kanye doesn't really post a lot of selfies, a lot at all. That's the only thing he's missing, that and pictures of his dog. that's pretty much it.
I remember I was watching one of his old music videos. One of them had like a ton of people. One of them had George Bush. I think it was Jr. I don't remember which one. And then what was it? Donald Trump was in there. I think his wife was there. Katy Perry, not Katy. I think Katy Perry actually. Just these like celebrities in a bed with them. They're all just bare naked. You can see the girls' chests. I'm like, okay, then this is not what I expected.
This is interesting.
It's very interesting. I was watching some work too. It's just like, okay, I hope no one sees what I'm looking at. But it was definitely like, wow, you know, to see him go from this kind of thing to that, it's like, it's wow.
Oh man, have y'all seen some like really like disturbing music videos?
Oh yeah.
Disturbing how?
Have you heard? You want to talk about disturbing? Have you heard of a music video called "Forced Gender Reassignment"?
What? That was time. That was what at the same time.
Yeah, back it up.
There's this music video. I don't know if you can get it on YouTube, but I remember watching it, and it's basically it's called "Forced Gender Reassignment," and it's like a death metal, like screaming, hardcore, and it's basically the song is played over a sped up version of a guy being turned into a girl.
What the heck?
What?
I'm a girl.
Yeah. Well, but it's
No penis.
forced.
I didn't want this position. That is the weirdest thing I've ever.
Oh yeah, I kind of figured you couldn't find it on YouTube, but yeah, that's
Oh man, especially what YouTube's doing now. Can we talk about YouTube, by the way? Like, are we allowed to talk about YouTube on YouTube?
Screw it.
okay. Hold on, first before we do that, do you know what the name of the band is that sings that
What?
song?
I want, please.
They're called Cattle Decapitation.
Ah, there it is.
Jeez.
Is that not metal?
That's just metal.
Jeez, dude.
It's like look up you look up metal in a dictionary. It's like metal, a type of I don't even call it, type of element in a periodic table, and also a type of music. For example, listen to Cattle Decapitation.
Just wait a minute. This isn't about my mom. Whatever metal's into, I don't know. I don't listen to metal.
Oh man,
That sounds weird.
I don't listen to like black metal, like
a dark
fucking,
metal,
like the super heavy, edgy metal.
like
I
biting into a bat metal.
Yeah.
Didn't some guy do that? Ozzy Osbourne?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
Ozzy.
Apparently, it's supposed to be a rubber bat, but they got a live bat instead.
Oh, jeez. They just completely did the turnaround. I was just like, yeah, we got a fake bat. Oh, no, it was real. You got rabies now. Oh.
Oh, man. We've already gotten over an hour of recording time so far. How are we feeling so far?
I'm liking it. This is
Feeling
fun.
good.
This is good.
Content.
Content. So we are, and I'm working on the channel right now, so everything it looks like it's underway.
Did I disconnect?
I think.
Yeah. So how you want to, like, when you want to, like, cut these, are we going to, like, cut them into hour segments, like, for that sweet, sweet content?
Oh, no.
Or
There's
it's like, as soon as we're, oh, there we go.
We lost some.
Tom's back.
We lost
I
one.
don't know what's going on. That was the second time that's happened. All right.
Hey, I mean, not that bad, you know. At least it's better than all the other times.
All right. So we've already gotten to about like an hour and a half of like recording so far. How is it going so far, guys?
You know,
Oh.
not too bad, you know. We gotta let them know who we are, kind of a little bit about ourselves, our interests and
We're on
girls.
some tangents.
I kind of I kind of like especially this because like we're talking just like how we usually talk. It's not even like we're faking it for an audience. Like unless it's like there has to be something like that they wouldn't understand unless we actually said something about it. Like we're just talking like how we normally talk, and I love that. I love that so much.
It's a good feeling, you know. It's just like, oh, we're here for views. Like, no, we're here to have fun, you know. Like,
Yeah.
Have you guys seen Logan Paul's podcasts?
I have not
Nope.
actually.
Oh my
I am
God,
not submitting myself to cancer quite yet.
I watched one specifically with Ben Shapiro in it. Literally, like, oh my gosh, these guys are just ridiculous, you know.
Wait, Ben Shapiro was actually in it?
He was actually in the actual room with them and actually on the podcast.
Dude, that guy must have had like a stroke or something.
Right.
I can only imagine being in a room, like being like some kind of like, you know, a political talker or something. Someone talking about like stuff that's going on.
Yeah.
And then being in a room with them.
Right.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Just
And
the
they're
lowest-
trying to be so serious too, and like talking about like I don't think that men who dress up as women are actually women. And it's just a bunch of guys like just like after he says it, just go dab. Just freaking have a freaking aneurysm. The whole thing.
Dab on those haters.
Real talk, bruh.
I'm trying to talk to you about the
Bruh,
problems
real
with
talk.
America. You're not listening to me, dab. Oh my.
Nah, it was so weird. I just let it play in the background. It's just like, this is the weirdest thing I've ever had to listen
gosh.
to. Like, dude, and I think the funny thing is, like, they had a podcast about before when KSI and Logan had the fight. It was like, okay, here's the options. Either you win or you win, because KSI's not going to win. Like, dude, the guy's been training pretty hard. I think it's going to go to show he's going to do pretty good, you know?
I think even Keemstar was on their podcast one time, right? I saw it on a Twitter post.
I think I'm not entirely sure. I don't watch their podcast entirely, but I do know they've had a few people come in, you know.
Right.
But it's just like, you know, I definitely don't want to interact with this kind of stuff. Like, these guys they're a whole different dude. They're such fakes. Jake Paul literally was crying after the whole fight, and Logan was completely fine. It's like, you know. But even that, it's just like Logan still can't accept that he lost, you know? I mean, yeah, the whole 2 points thing was a big fail kind of thing, but, you know, you can literally see in the playback, he knocked him hard, you know?
Right, exactly.
Like, he did it twice. He went to the ground and hit him in the back of the head. It's like, okay, I definitely would call that.
Yeah, KO, man.
Yeah, okay, but no, like they both were good fighters. They both did very well, so, you know. But I do think KSI did win that, you know.
Yeah, exactly. KSI won that one.
I just don't like Logan's trainer. Like, dude, that guy was so annoying. He's like, "Let's go, champ. Let's go, champ." Just constantly, like, dude. Can you say anything else?
I did hear though that personal trainers try to speak in your language to get you hyped up for the fight, in that sort of mentality as well. So to him,
Go to dead person.
So to him, in my opinion, he was just trying to follow up with Logan's type of hype, which is like,
Let's go, champ.
Let's go, champ.
Record a dead
Let's go, champ.
By,
Let's go, champ.
by being a dick rider.
Record a dead person, champ.
And
however,
you know, like people say like kids aren't stupid, but they are.
Yeah, let's be
They
real.
are. Kids can be super stupid. Like not enough to be stupid, like to fall for every single trick from everything.
They have a brain, obviously.
Like they got a brain, but they're there's a point to where like Logan Paul's channel is basically made up of a lot of kids on it. Like let's be real. Let's be real here. The only people that actually watch Logan Paul are people that he works with, and also the kids that watch him.
It's probably just like a million people, but with their accounts are just like Logan fan 1, 2, 56. And they just make their accounts. They're not real fans.
Yeah, it's just like it goes back to like that hype beast culture,
right?
And, you know, like douche tubers and stuff. It's like people trying to live vicariously by watching them, and it's just like I just don't get it. It's like these. Yeah, that's like the whole like, you know, the rice gum controversy.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my god.
I'm just like, oh man, I'm so rich. Everyone else, they're irrelevant. They're irrelevant. I'm cool. Everyone, look, man, for $3,000 jacket, man. And I'm just like, how does this guy get views? This guy just seems kind of like a dick.
Man, you know what? It ain't about the money, but look at my $500 Rolex. Look at this. Why do I say $500? I meant $1,500. What?
Well, and it's funny too because it's like even when he was trying to make fun of people for talking about how he's rich, it's, you know, goes back to like that iDubbbz video where it's he's like, man, I'm just a normal person, and he like takes off these like rich clothes and he has like ripped up baggy clothes, but he's still in a mansion walking around.
Exactly.
So it's just like, you were so lazy. It's like you could have made that work if you went into like an old beat up house or something, but you're too scared to go to the ghetto.
Exactly. Like even like a shabby neighborhood, that would have worked too. But nah.
Nah, fam, you just couldn't handle it.
Yeah, it's just like, dude, if you're gonna like, you know, clap back at someone, at least try.
Do it right, man.
Exactly.
Oh my god. My sister turned into a little rice gum. Did I ever talk to you guys about that? I think I posted on Twitter.
Your sister.
You posted on Twitter, and I was just like, oh boy.
Your sister needs to be put onto the what's his name? Dr. Phil say the ranch. She needs to go to the ranch.
She needs to go to the ranch.
Go to the ranch.
Oh my god.
You need to go to the ranch.
Like she's like just starting to. I think she's like getting to like her teenage years now, and like man, she does not know how to control her emotions whatsoever. Because I could just be sitting there at some point doing something random, and she'll just like pick at everything I do, man. Like ruthlessly.
Oh my gosh! Like, sit up straight. Like, what's your problem?
There was one time I was I'm eating some lemons because like no get that vitamin C, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm just eating some lemons, and she just stares at me with like the most like I am disgusted by you face. Like, are you eating lemons? Like, yeah. Do you have?
Are you trying to be healthy?
Are you trying to improve your immune system? What's wrong with you?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
That's
oh gosh, she acts like she is the boss around everything. Like she knows more than everyone else, man. It's just really like, oh my god, someone's gonna beat you up one day.
I hope you choke on that lemon.
Dude. Oh, dude, that just reminds me. So, like, I have a sister-in-law, and she talks just like that. Or not a sister-in-law. I guess it'd be a stepsister.
Like major smack.
Like she's just like, oh, you know, why are you doing that? Like, just like Valley Girl.
Oh my god.
Right.
And oh my god, like that right there was just like flashbacks. It's
PTSD,
like,
man.
like, yeah, like her dad will deal with it. My mom would deal with it. My actual sister will deal with it. I don't deal with that. She comes at me with that. I'm clapping back, and I get in trouble for it.
Right.
But
same.
I'm just like, because I don't deal with that shit. I hate that shit, and I'm not afraid to say it.
Exactly.
Because there was one like I got a new phone when I started working where I did, and like I went over to visit my mom and them, and she's just like, "Oh, you got a new phone?" I'm like, "Yeah, I had to, work got it for me." And she's like, "You're so lucky that work would buy you phones. I can't even get a phone. I got this like a few months ago, and like I already need a new one." And I was like, "Well, if you knew how to work, you could buy your own phone."
Oh, jeez.
How old is she?
So this is the sad part. So she is 23.
Oh Lord.
Oh my Lord.
And she acts like she's in a constant state of being 16.
I thought she was like 12 or something like that.
Yeah.
Nope.
Holy crap.
That's brutal though. Oh my gosh.
I
have a cousin.
Legit, right. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. I have a cousin who I told you about this. I don't want to give her name out just so people don't go attacking her. I highly doubt it. But she's literally got that personality. She's like, "Hi guys, so welcome back to another vlog." She made these vlogs in like some time. I don't remember when. But oh my gosh, her literally she just throws the worst Visco girl accent. It's just like, please stop, please stop, please stop. I want to punch my monitor. Please stop. She's probably gonna watch, just be like, "What'd you say about me?" It's just like,
It's like,
yeah,
why are you talking
I
behind my
said
back? I'm like, no, I talked about this because I knew you were gonna find this. What's up?
I didn't talk behind your back. I talked about this on the channel behind your back. Fight me.
Fight me.
Oh well.
Oh gosh, man.
It's just, oh my gosh. I just want her. No words can explain my pain.
Like, you want them to be like slightly roughed up by someone, not you, but like if you could have like a child hitman, I wouldn't. All my money would be gone. It's like, okay, here's.
It's like they don't actually take them out; they just kind of like make their day kind of bad.
Right, exactly, right. And it's just like, okay, here's two Reese's Pieces bags. All right, there you go. Go rough her up.
Here's a couple of bags of Kit Kats. Just go over there and kick her in the shin a couple times.
There's this one scene from Family Guy where Stewie and Brian try to go back to get Stewie's little bear. What was his name? Rupert.
Ruby, yeah.
Yeah, and Brian loses Stewie loses a skiing race to get him, and basically Brian had to go with the family because he betted on Brian. And they're just like, "Are you still obsessed over that bear? Yeah. Are you still? Do you not want to go here?" Brian's just like, "Yeah." And so he calls his like butler. She's like, "Oh, Grutram." She just walks up to the kid, dumps a hot cup of tea into his face, and he starts screaming. I was like, dang, if I had a butler just to do that to the person I hated the most, I would be fine for life. Depression could just go away.
Oh wait, wait, hold on. What's this feeling? Is this happiness? What? Whoa!
I feel joy all of a sudden.
Joy is possible still.
I could be happy once again. Oh man.
Oh goodness. I'm glad that I'm not the only one though. I thought like, oh god, you know what? It's stupid. People probably don't want to hear about like my issues with my sister, but no, apparently I got people that relate to me.
Oh no, dude! By far, everyone's gonna relate somehow, some way. Like, yeah, my sister. Oh my gosh, she's so tiny. She wants to be a cop. I'm not bashing on her, by the way. She's a good sister. She got married recently. Great guy. She wants to be a cop. And every time she's like, "Okay, you ready? Ready for what?" I take her arm, just squeeze it, like, "Ow!" She's like, "You gotta work out."
You know what's like thing though? Like the tiny ones are the scariest. Like they are the most dangerous people. And she's watching this. Good lord, please hold on, Ripstud. I swear to God.
They're like right at the level where they can kick your shin and just like punch your chest.
Right.
You mean like headbutt your shin?
It's like, what are you, fun size? No, I'm the perfect height to punch you right in the balls.
Are you fun size? Yeah, it's a kicking. It's a calamity.
And you know, what's sad about my sister is like she actually used to be a lot sweeter to me, and like the whole family. But now she's just like on tirade, like being super defensive and.
Yeah, puberty can do that to you.
Good lord.
Yeah.
Man.
like you just imagine, like, girls probably do have a lot worse. Actually, no, not probably. They do have a lot worse than puberty.
Oh yeah,
Like, I remember back when I was puberty, I was never like that. But then again, I wasn't bleeding from my dick as well, so.
Yeah, that kind of ruined anyone's day.
It really changed things up.
Yeah, I mean, guys can technically speaking have a period. It's a different kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like a hormonal balance kind of thing.
Yeah, it's really weird. I looked at him like, what the freak? I can bleed from my dick.
Only the powers of Satan.
Imagine being colorblind and just taking a piss and like, hey, it looks a little bit darker. Mom, is this normal?
Like, wow, this looks kind of. Whoa, wait, hold it. It's starting to look black. Whoa. What was I eating?
What kind of soup did I have last night?
It's the dang asparagus again.
Got dang asparagus.
Freaking coffee, man. Coffee will do
my
it.
pee-pee.
Oh man. Oh wow. It's almost 4. I do have to get going, sadly.
All right, so you guys want to end it there?
Yeah, I think we can end it here.
Yeah. We left it on a good note. Yeah.
Yeah, this is good. We thank you guys for watching this podcast. If anyone watches at all, if you guys do enjoy this kind of stuff, make sure you. Tom, this is for you.
What?
You abuse that subscribe button. Make sure you abuse that subscribe button.
Wait, hold on. I need to find my pillow. It's just okay. Use subscribe.
Just smack it against your desk, it breaks.
I smacked it against my microphone.
And yeah, make sure you check out all of our channels. I'll be providing links for our social medias as well as our channels.
Yeah, be sure to check them out, man.
Yeah, I know we have several channels, but I'll be posting our main channels directly. But yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed. This is the Golden Bois podcast, and until then, we'll see you guys later, I guess.
Bye-bye.
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 This is